In this session you will learn how to add user accounts on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. As you can see on the screen, a root shell is already open. To create user accounts you need to be root. Now there are many commands to manage user accounts, and you can get an overview of them by typing user tab tab. So hit the tab key twice after typing user. This gives an overview of all the commands that start with user, like user add, user del, and user info, the commands to add users, delete users, or get more information about users. Now in this session I would like to show you how to add a user account. So let's have a look at user add. Remember, if you don't know exactly how to use commands on Linux, you can type the command followed by --help, which gives a short overview of all the options that are available with the command. Now what you can see here is that user add, like most of the Linux command, knows many options, but all of them are optional, which is indicated by the usage line, which gives options between square brackets, and everything that's between square brackets is not mandatory, it's just optional. Now if you wanted to create a user with the name Lucy, for example, all we have to do is type user add Lucy. Everything else is optional, so you don't really have to add that. Now by typing user add Lucy, the system doesn't prompt anything, which in general is an indication that the work went well. At this point we have a user account, Lucy. Now user Lucy wouldn't be able to log in yet because this user doesn't have a password. Now in order to set a password for a user you need the passwd command. This also is a command that needs root privileges. So make sure you are root and then type passwd followed by the name of the user account for which you want to set the password. So passwd Lucy, and then the system will prompt you for the new password. You can pick anything you like, but Red Hat Enterprise Linux will do a check on the password to make sure that you are using a secure password. So let's type a simple password like password, and you will notice that Red Hat prompts you that it's a bad password because it's based on a dictionary word. But since you are logged in as root, you have the permission to use bad passwords. That is because root can do anything he wants on a Linux system. So let's type password again, hit enter, and we see all authentication tokens updated successfully. So at this moment, user Lucy exists on the system and should be able to log in. Now let's try and see if that works. From within the virtual machine we can open a virtual shell environment and type the name of the user account, or we can use su followed by a username. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm typing su -Linda to first take the identity of user Linda. There's a specific reason I'm taking this approach, and that is because as user root you can use su to take the identity of another user without entering a password. So what you can see here, without any prompt, I'm Linda right now. Now if I wanted to test that user Lucy is functional and the password works well as well, what I need to do here is su -Lucy. Now the big difference with the procedure I just executed is that now I'm using the su- command as user Linda in order to take the identity of user Lucy. So I hit enter and you can see here that the system prompts for a password. So let's type the password, and yes, I'm in. So user Lucy is successfully created. Now I executed the su command twice, so I'm typing exit and exit again to close the two su shells and get back to my root environment. Because now that I'm in the root environment, I also want to verify how the user has been added to the system. On Linux there are two different configuration files that play an important role for storing user account information. First of them is the etc passwd file. Now if I do a tail -n1 on etc passwd, the system is going to show me the last line that has been added to the etc passwd file. And as Lucy was the last user I added, I would see the information for the account Lucy. Now what we can see here is that we have an account Lucy, which is the first field. The second field, the X, indicates the password, which is stored somewhere else. I will explain that in a minute. Then you can see the user ID, which is a unique ID that every user has on a Linux system. The ID of the primary group, which on Red Hat Enterprise Linux is a primary group that is used as a private group for the user. That means that this user is the only user that's a member of this private group. Then we have a field in which we can add some comment about the user, explaining what kind of user account it is. As you can see here, the comment field is empty. And next you can see a reference to the home directory. So Lucy has a home directory in /home/Lucy. And a default shell, which is bin bash, which is the case for any user on Linux. The other configuration file that contains user information is etc shadow. So let me do a tail -n1 on etc shadow again. And as you can see here, there is the username Lucy, as well as the password hash. Now this is the hashed password. As you can imagine, it doesn't contain in clear text what exactly is used, but it's scripted, so that in case that any user would get access by accident to this file, no one can ever see what the actual password is that is used by this user account. And this ends my presentation about adding user accounts on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6.